So we'll start standing, and just stand with the feet. Maybe it's just a tiny bit wider than hips distance apart. Allow the knees to be soft. Don't lock out the knees too much. So standing with those feet a little bit wider than the hips, knees soft. Reach the arms up to the sky, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, just allow the body to fold over the legs, sweep the arms up behind you. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, soft knees, fold forwards, arms rise up behind you. Inhale, rise and start to stand, arms reach up high. Stretch the arms up towards the ceiling as you rise up. Bending through the knees softly as you fold the body forward. Just allowing the whole body to be nice and soft here as you fold forward and rise all the way up. Just slowly warming up through the spine. Reaching up the arms high, folding the body all the way forward over the legs. And as you come all the way up to stand on your next breath, begin to take a hold of the left wrist and the right hand, side stretch. Find your center, take it to the left. Switch the grip of the wrist. As you lean to the right, take a hold of your left wrist in your right hand, and vice versa, leaning to the left, take hold of the right wrist in the left hand. Beginning to guide the side of the body a little further in your stretch. Keep the knees nice and soft. Take a little dip in the knees as you come through center. Catching a hold of opposite wrists as you come into that side stretch. Just slowly warming up through the spine. Forward bending, side bending. Keep it going, 10 seconds left. See if you can stretch those sides a little more. Lifting through the rib cages. Coming all the way through center, take a forward fold over the legs, plant the hands to the mat, step it back into your downward facing dogs. Take the feet about hips distance apart. Press the chest all the way back into the thighs and begin to just bend through the knees. Warm up the lower half of the body. Take it slow in the knee bends to begin with. And then maybe as you begin to speed up the rhythm of those legs. Bending them as much as you need to, as deeply as you need to begin to stretch along the backs of the hamstrings into the lower back, all the while pushing your chest towards the thighs. Keep the fingers spread nice and wide on the mat. Grip into the fingertips. 10 seconds left. Maybe you speed it up a little bit, maybe you slow it down a little bit. 3, 2, 1, find stillness. Rise to tiptoes, rock all the way forward into your high plank and hold. Curl the hips around towards the ribs. Lift the chest up nice and high. Take in a breath. Exhale, release the knees to the floor, sink back into a child's pose. Take a few deep breaths here in child's pose. Long inhales, long exhales. Rising through tabletop to downward facing dog. Rise to tiptoes, rock forward to plank. Take it back into downward dog. Rise to tiptoes, forward through plank. Take it back to your dogs. Tiptoes to plank. Take it all the way back through your dogs. Tiptoes through plank. Take it through your dogs. Tuck the hips in as you come into your plank so your bottom doesn't stay sticking up in the air. And as you shift back into downward facing dog, really press the chest towards the thighs. See if you can bring those heels a little closer to the floor. Keep it going. Moving through your down dog through planks. Beginning to feel A little bit of arm burn, a little shoulder burn. 3, 2, 1. Hold your downward dog. Lift the right leg to the sky. Tap the toes to the floor. Take your right leg to the side, to the floor. Lift up behind you, to the floor. Lateral leg raise to the side, to the sky, to the side, to the sky. Keep the foot flexed so that as you raise your right leg up behind you, your toes remain pointing towards the ground and they don't begin to curl out towards the sides. Keep pressing the chest back towards the thighs. Keeping it going. 20 seconds. Lift those legs high as you take it up behind you, as you take it out to the side. Pull the tummy muscles in tight. Keep going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your down dog. Rock forward to plank. Knees to the floor. Sink back into a child's pose. 20 seconds rest. Now as you take a little moment to rinse out the wrists here. Doing whatever you need to do. It might be that you catch a drink here. Beginning to rise into tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Rise up onto tiptoes, rock forward through plank. This time in your plank, bend the right knee, lift the right knee, bend the left knee, lift the left knee. Come back to down dog. Rock forward through plank, bend the right knee, the left knee, downward dog. Rock forward through plank, bend the right knee, the left knee, downward dog. Forward through plank, bend the right knee, the left knee, downward dog. Plank, bend the right knee, the left knee, downward dogs. Through your plank, bend the right knee, left knee, downward facing dogs. Keeping it going, bend the right knee, the left knee, downward dog. Keep lifting the chest away from the floor as you come into your plank. Hold your downward facing dogs. Lift the left leg up behind you to the sky. Tap the left toes to the floor. Take the left leg out to the side, to the floor. Lift up to the sky, to the floor. Out to the left, to the floor. Keep the foot flexed. See if you can, every time you lift the left leg, lift it a little higher. Keep the movement slow and controlled. Try not to just swing the leg in any direction. Keep pressing the chest towards the thighs and pulling the belly muscles in tight. Find that little hug in the space between the ribs and the hip bones. Keep it going. Left lateral leg raises, left leg lifts up behind you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower to the knees. As you lower down to the knees, allow yourself to sit back into a child's pose. Give the wrists a little shake out if you need. Take drinks whenever you need. Give the arms a shake. Maybe you want to do a little arm stretch across the chest. And we're going to set ourselves up next in a forearm plank. So come and find your forearm plank. Once you're in your forearm plank, lift your hips all the way up towards the sky. From here, bend the knees and then rock your body forward into your plank. Lift the hips high, bend the knees towards the floor. Now on the floor, shift the weight forward into your forearm plank. Hips high, bend knees towards the floor, shift forward plank. Hips are high, bend the knees, forward through plank. Hips are high, bend the knees, shift the weight forward through plank. Lift the hips high, bend the knees, shift forward through plank. Keep it going. Work on pulling the tummy muscles in tight each time you move. Hovering the knees as you take them towards the floor. You begin to feel your biceps, your triceps work. 3, 2, 1. Take it all the way down onto your back. As you come onto the back, take the hands behind the head. Bring the left knee to the right elbow, pause. Take the elbows to center, both legs out in front of you, cross. Right knee, left elbow, both feet out long, twist. Both feet long, twist. Both feet out long, twist. Twisting in the opposite direction. And making sure that both feet begin to meet each other in the middle as you send the legs out long. Take the movement a little slower. And focus on pushing your lower back, your mid back into the floor. Pulling the belly button tightly into the spine. Twist. Maybe your elbows can meet the knees as you twist. 3, 2, 1. Hold steady. Rock all the way up into your seat. Rise all the way up to stand. Shake out the wrists, shake out the legs if you need. Give yourself a stretch. And then beginning to take the feet a little wider than the hips. Turn the toes slightly out, the heels in. And begin to bend into your right knee. Left toes lift, center. Bend left, right toes lift, center. Bend to the right, left toes lift. Shifting the weight from side to side. Opposite toes lift. Bend in the knees. A little or a lot. Depends on how much movement you have in your hips, in your hamstrings. How low you want to go. Halfway there. Keeping it going. Maybe you need to even take it a little higher. If the legs begin to tire, you might not go as deep. You might take a few shallow ones, a few deep movements. Keep rocking it from side to side. 3, 2, 1. Step the feet a little closer. Lift the right knee up towards hip height. Cross the right knee behind the left, tap the right kneecap to the floor. Right knee lifts, step the right foot out, right, squat. Right knee lifts, tap right kneecap to the floor behind the left. Right knee lifts, squat to the right. Right knee lifts, tap the right kneecap to the floor, lift the knee to the sky, squat. Right knee lifts, tap right kneecap to the floor. Squat out wide. Right knee lifts, tap to the floor. Right kneecap lifts, squat. Keeping it going. Make sure you feel the tap of your right kneecap on the floor as you cross it behind the left. Squat down nice and low. Lift those knees super high. 3, 2, 1. Give that right leg a little shake out if it needs. Maybe you come and take a little thigh stretch. Taking these 30 seconds to rest, catch your breath. Giving that right side a shake. Come back, feet hips distance apart. And beginning to take your left knee up towards hip height. Left knee taps to the floor behind the right. Left knee lifts, step out wide to your squat. Left knee lifts, tap kneecap to the floor. Knee high, squat. Left knee lifts, tap to the floor. Left knee lifts, squat out wide. Keeping it going. Nice deep squats. Tap that left knee cap to the floor. How high can you lift your left knee? How low can you squat? Keeping it there. Keep the rhythm. Keep the focus. Keep working those legs. Left knee tap to the floor. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down onto your back. Take the hands down by the hips. Maybe you slide your thumbs underneath you. Lift the head and shoulders off the floor and begin to flutter kick the legs. Keep lifting the head and shoulders off the floor. Pulling your ribs towards your hips. Flattening out your spine as much as you can on the mat. Keeping it going. Flutter kicks in the legs. You might not want to take the legs as wide. You might want to keep the flutter kicks nice and shallow, or you might want to deepen them. Take them a little bigger, a little bolder. Keep pressing the lower spine into the floor. Keep it going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock all the way up to stand. Rising up to stand. Take your 30 seconds to rest. Maybe you give that left thigh a little stretch out. Catch your breath. Take drinks if you need. Big thigh stretch. Step towards the bottom of your mat. Bringing the hands to the hips. Step the right foot into the center of the mat. Lean the chest forward, lift the left leg. Step into your warrior 3. Reach the arms forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee. Rise up, tap the left toes to the floor. Hands begin to reach behind you. Arms forward, warrior 3, bend the right knee. Tap left toes to the floor, hands by the hips. Warrior 3, bend the right knee. Left toes to the floor, arms long, bend the knee. Left leg raise. Bending through your right knee. Coming back through warrior 3. Keep the belly muscles in nice and tight. Focus on pulling the waist in, the belly in, the ribs in. Make the movement slow, controlled. Bend your right knee as deep as you can. Hold it there. From your warrior 3, take the hands to the floor. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Stand and splits. Tap left toes to the floor. Lift to the sky. Left toes to the floor. Lift to the sky. Holding it there. Keep swinging that left leg all the way up towards the sky. And you might find as you begin to swing the leg towards the sky, you might want to take a little hop of the right foot off the floor. Just an option. Add in that little bit extra lift as you spring your left foot up. Maybe as you spring your right foot up. Keep it going. Lifting the left leg, or maybe you add in that little hop of the right foot off the floor. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Shake off the legs, shake off the wrists. Catch your breath. Whew. Gets warm pretty quick. You feel your heart begin to beat. Stretch it out, shake it off. Take your drinks. Step to the bottom edge of the mat. Hands to hips. Step the left foot into the middle of the mat. Right leg lifts. Find your stance in warrior 3, arms forward. Bend the left knee. Right toes to the floor, hands behind you. Right leg lifts, warrior 3, bend the left knee. Tap the toes to the floor. Warrior 3, bend the left knee. Tap right toes to the floor, warrior 3, bend the left knee. Keep the movements slow, controlled. Work on the tension, tightness of the glutes. Pulling in on the belly. Make your movements strong, controlled, focused. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the hands to the floor. Lift the right leg to the sky and begin with those right toe taps to the floor. Lifting the right leg up to the sky. Take a couple of toe taps with the left leg stationary. And then maybe as you begin to build momentum in the right leg, you add in the little hop of the left foot off the floor. As you sweep your right leg to the sky. Just an added extra if you want that little bit more oomph. Or you continue to sweep the right leg all the way up towards the sky. Maybe you add in a couple of jumps. Maybe you take it back down to just a foot lift. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. 30 seconds. Do what you need to do in your 30 seconds. Shake out the wrists. Walk it out. Take a drink. Beginning to come all the way back down onto your back. Take the arms all the way out behind you. Take a big stretch. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the feet to the hands. Stretch the body long. Feet to hands. Stretch out the body long. Feet to hands. Stretch the body long. Lifting the hands towards the feet. Head and shoulders off the floor. Stretching out through the arms and legs. Keep it going. Head and shoulders lift. Maybe you even get a little lift of your bottom off the floor. Keep it slow, controlled. Keep moving. Arms long, legs long. Keep that motion going. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock all the way up to stand. As you come up to stand, take the feet wide. Take Skandasana, low squat to the right. As you squat to the right, take your right hand opposite left foot, spin the feet left, dip your right hip to the floor. Take it back, Skandasana. Right hand to the mat, opposite left foot, spin the feet to the left, dip the right hip to the floor. Skandasana. Right hand to the floor, spin the hips. Skandasana. Spin the hips to the mat. Through to Skandasana. Spin the toes to the left. Drop the hips towards the floor. Keeping it going. Keep that motion going. Spinning the hips towards the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give yourself a 30-second rest. Shake out the wrists. Getting ready to move into the opposite side. Feet are wide. Maybe you take a breath in. Big stretch. Taking drinks. Stretch out through the arms. 5 seconds left. Moving on to the left side. Take a bend in the left knee, Skandasana. Left hand opposite right foot. Spin the feet right. Drop the hips towards the floor. Skandasana left. Left hand to the mat. Spin the hips towards the floor. Skandasana. Left hand to the floor. Come back through Skandasana. Lots of leg movement. As you spin through the feet and sink the left hip towards the floor. Halfway there on this side. Squat down nice and low in your Skandasanas. Spin the feet all the way out towards the right. 10 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down onto your front. As you bring it down onto your front, take the feet wide, the arms wide. And as you inhale, lift the chest, the chin off the floor. Float the arms and legs to the sky. Both arms wide, legs wide. Take the arms behind you, close the legs. Open the legs and arms wide. Take the arms and legs behind you, close them in tight. Arms out wide, legs out wide. Squeeze them together. Arms wide, legs wide, squeeze together. Out wide, squeeze together. Out wide, squeeze together. Keep lifting the chest, lifting the thighs off the floor. Keeping it going. Squeeze the arms in close. Squeeze the feet. Squeeze your glutes. Keeping it going. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Release to the floor. Give your hips a little bit of a wiggle here. Take a few deep breaths. Bringing the hands towards the ribs. Press into your tabletop and take a little cat-cow and tabletop. Round on the spine. From tabletop, find downward dog. Lifting the right leg all the way up to the sky. Right knee to right elbow. To the left wrist, to the right wrist. To the right elbow, to the left wrist, right wrist. Making a little square with your right knee. Traveling from right to left, high to low. Keep it going. Lift the weight up high as you bring your elbow from your knee from elbow to elbow. Dip down low as you cross to your wrists. Keep working on pulling the belly muscles in tight. Work your left thigh as you rise up. Squeeze your left thigh. Lift the left kneecap away from the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the floor, take 30 seconds rest. Shaking it out through the wrists if you need. Rising into tabletop, take a little round of cat-cow. From your cat-cow, beginning to find your downward facing dog. As you find your dogs, lift the left legs to the sky. Left knee, left elbow to the right, to the wrists, high to the elbows, low to the wrists. Make that little square with your left leg. Lifting the chest up high as you press away from the ground, bringing your knees towards the elbows. Make sure your knee crosses and takes a little twist over to the opposite side. Twist. Lift the hips. Lift the left knee towards the level of the elbows. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Keep going. You've got this. Arms are strong. Legs are strong. 3, 2, 1. Take 30 seconds rest. Shifting the weight back into the feet. Begin to rise all the way up into your tabletop. From tabletop, take downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, rock forward into your plank. From plank, lower down chaturanga, to an up dog, to chaturanga, to up dog, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, up dogs, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga. Seesaw the body, upward dogs to chaturanga, up dog, chaturanga, Don't come all the way back up into a plank. Come straight into chaturanga. Stay down nice and low. Up dogs, chaturanga. To an up dog, chaturanga. Up dog, chaturanga. Up dogs. Only things that really move are the elbows. Don't come up so high. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Whew. Give those wrists a shake out. Take a big breath in, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, shake out those wrists. You are done. 30 minutes of Hitt. Amazing work.